The Anima. The Anima is a personification of all feminine psychological tendencies in a man's psyche, such as vague feelings and moods, prophetic hunches, receptiveness to the irrational, capacity for personal love, feeling for nature, and, last but not least, his relation to the unconscious. Whenever a man's logical mind is incapable of discerning facts that are hidden in his unconscious, the Anima helps him to dig them out. Even more vital is the role that the Anima plays in putting a man's mind in tune with the right inner values, and thereby opening the way into more profound inner depths. It is as if an inner radio becomes tuned to a certain wavelength that excludes irrelevancies, but allows the voice of the great man to be heard. In establishing this inner radio reception, the Anima takes on the role of guide or mediator to the world within and to the self. But what does the role of the Anima as guide to the inner world mean in practical terms? This positive function occurs when a man takes seriously the feelings, moods, expectations, and fantasies sent by his Anima, and when he fixes them in some form, for example, in writing, painting, sculpture, musical composition, or dancing. When he works at this patiently and slowly, other, more deeply unconscious material wells up from the depths and connects with the earlier material. A bearable solution to such a drama can be found only if the Anima is recognized as an inner power. The secret aim of the unconscious in bringing about such an entanglement is to force a man to develop and to bring his own being to maturity by integrating more of his unconscious personality and bringing it into his real life.
Into the tempest, red arena wretched, torture 10% as the ring around all the embers. Bless a bird and pheasants, fauna aura remnants, caution in they sectors with the cemetery petless. Gory orphan sentence, organism breakfast, talking feathered orc adorn a transcendental presence. Dorky orcs in Hessian, daughters of the peasants, staunch and raid the generous of the tarry smog and penance. Pour into the chemist, misfortune it's a deadish. Dawn of the reassembled in the fortress of the perished. Purgatory pensive, permanently restless. Servants of Gomorrah, gurney skirmishes infested. Corpsey awful henchmen, orbiting an empress. Fumigate the earth at its Epicurean entrance. Separated seedlings have never tucked the crevice. Germinate a melancholy flower, dirt the death wish. Purposefully headless and growing from the gestures yet. Knowing all is better with the syncopated chestless. Nervous and decepted, hearing murders have collected. While the murmuring marauders gather hundreds under crescents like. Off with the heads in discord that's left. There's rot in a nest where the fortress is kept. Where what's to expect when he forces to thread out the cots with the hex and the strongholds a mess. Now burn the 1, 2, the feet 5 booms, 3, 4, the throat from roars, 5, 6, invite your kings, 7, 8, behead the snakes. Tell them tear the roof off and watch the block hold it. Tell them tear the roof off and watch the block hold it. Tell them tear the roof off and watch the block hold it. Tell them tear the roof off and watch the block hold it.
Never cease, kill the demons and all the weak legions. Seeing is believing. Ask the pagan, the preacher, then the heathen. Heat seeking, left the wife weeping, the widow maker. On target, lethargic, do it most deaf until a rotten carcass reach the peak and speak words from the lost master. The final script in the crypt's crafted to forever last. Blasted to the four corners of the globe. Rome hella stoned, alone with the lamplight set on strobe. Sub-zero flows, the heart's cold, it's arctic, chose a path frozen. Cool composure, exposed from an artist's arthritic hands, tasked to master the craftsmanship of this well-spoken order. The clan of the unseen hand, the skilled author. more than sort of fly. Scorched cauterize, immortalized, diamond in the eye, in the sky. Defenses fortify against the high tide tsunami. Mindfully meditate till life's quite calm. Farming, prepare for harvest, and the reaper that's been sown. Deep sea creature reach through the undertow to throw lightning strikes and hailstones in this thunderdome. So home, James, home. Outlook bleak in this opaque zone. Rear view show that old dirt road. Gotta veer on through the great unknown. Now home, James, home, James, home, James, home. Outlook bleak in this opaque zone. Rear view show that old dirt road. Gotta veer on through that great unknown.
Discord that's left. There's rot in a nest where the fortress is kept. Where what's to expect when you force us to thread out the cots with the hex and the strongholds and left. Now burn the 1, 2, the feet, 5 booms, 3, 4, the foe from roars, 5, 6, invite your kings, 7, 8, behead the snakes. Tell them tear the roof off and watch the block hold it. Tell them tear the roof off and watch the block hold it. Tell them tear the roof off and watch the block hold it. Tell them tear the roof off and watch the block hold it. Burn the cot. Undo the zombie zoo, undo the zombie zoo, undo the zombie zoo. 1 o'clock, lung shot, nicotine smoke, tongue hot shot, esophageal breathe cock, sweet spot at the back of a leash shop, a grace block with these plot to restock. Reservoir dog with the leash off, fiend squat the clots and seed pods, they seen lots. Disease, lost, deceit, concealed under a sheet of frost. It glues a heat box, send a heat block with a pea pop beneath the seat. Flogged if you leave off in the evening fog, flee with the greed, the keys in the cot. Sneak by the fox in the fleece of its what? She's wild, the once released from sleeping with the Glock. Pop, nocturnal journal, burning the eternal can at the both terminals. Vermin in your circle, tramp with no personal. Worming in your cervical, cancer code surgical. Vermin in your circle, tramp with no personal. Worming in your cervical, cancer code surgical. The internal, amongst the external, the head hurdles. Stressed and vest circles, the vex vernal. Left the desk kernel, the head certain. All we wanna do is less working. All we need a bit of silence when the sirens whine to confine us. Wine to confine us, wine to confine us. Running and running, 100 a cunning. Subtunnel and a smuggler shuttle is summoned. Crumbling under the matters among them. Babylon sundering, tangling and peddling. A pest of pop parkering. Narcoleptic army, an apartment F darkening. Precipice tempting, a death and what's parceling. Press to watch parliament, pretzel rock parts in them. Pretzel prop drop in a pressure wash garbage bin with the shaman in. Harking in the past and in particles of harvesting, sustenance and gardening. Marvel at the charlatans, cardinals to harlequins. Pardon all your mama sets, karma for the smartest man. Predetermined omen, roaming your home loaded. Death clock broken, the medicine scotch potent. We've been smoking since 10 o'clock rodent. Really stealing hope of what we never got woken. Grieving in a note, so we gotta get going. So we hung out through the silence and the rope that was woven. Grieving in a note, so we gotta get going. So we hung out through the silence and the rope that was woven. The internal, amongst the external, the head hurdles. Stressed and vest circles, the vex vernal. Left the desk kernel, the head certain. All we wanna do is less working. All we need a bit of silence when the sirens whine to confine us. Whine to confine us, whine to confine us. Internal, amongst the external, the head hurdles, stressed and vest circles. The internal, amongst the external, the head hurdles, stressed and vest circles. The internal, amongst the external, the head hurdles, stressed and vest circles. The internal, amongst the external, the head hurdles, stressed and vest circles. If you get down and you're sitting in the suit, undo a zombie zoo. If you get down and you're sitting in a suit, undo a zombie zoo. If you get down and you're sitting in a suit, undo a zombie zoo. If you get down and you're sitting in a suit, undo a zombie zoo. If you get down and you're sitting in a suit, undo the zombie zoo. If you get down and you're sitting in a suit, we're sitting in a suit. We're sitting in a suit. We're sitting in a suit. That zombie zoo.
You got no cause to hurt me.
No. But I gave my word.
Why do we need that growth? Weed that throne, keep that clean from the foe. Why do we need that growth? Weed that throne, keep that clean from the foe. Why do we need that growth? Weed that throne, keep that clean from the foe. Why do we need that growth? Weed that throne, keep that clean from the foe. Weeds, fed up in a small pond where the shore aren't raw yet are swept on. Sure sit them in a morgue on water, thin where they stepped on. Got them sweater where they warmed on, worn down wetter where they pour from. Never been a wetter bed for these fish nightmares that are slept on. 10-ton megaton, heavyweight tectonic plate, appetite to eat a upper echelon. Head hunt, head a hunt, choking, air away the breather, need a check and neck, you protect it wrong. Peck upon a punnet with a pocket full of profits that he used to only let an ego get the better of. Oversee the spot up where the spider took the bait and how to make the pest up in the web and that it shed it from. Dead and dumped in a pond, when the flood, feed a swamp, bear the mud, weed a crop. When they bud, get them gone, regret a gut, get it gone, get it gun, or get it God. Tic-tac-toe tag, hope the body get the bag for the better be your moth in your next form. Fish that, know that, flow to follow where the barrel isn't bloody as the sand that they rest on. Rip that bone sack, see the scatter of a school with a pack, bit the hand that they fed from. Give back, own that, swimmer wanna think of that, it isn't coming from the depths that he shed from. Wet lungs, each pest, breath lost, sweat spots, sleepless, sea shut, rest stops, fenced off, countless, sheep dead, stamped on, ant nest, apex, too great, white trace, outline, shark bait, blood bathe, keep these gills clean, eat these sardines. Why do we need that growth? Weed that throne, keep that clean from the foe. Why do we need that growth? Weed that throne, keep that clean from the foe. Why do we need that growth? Weed that throne, keep that clean from the foe. Why do we need that growth? Weed that throne, keep that clean from the foe. Weeds, see the weeds remain, weed these. Ay, see the weeds remain, weed these. Untie that kite, guide that mind, weed that while that thrive. Untie that kite, guide that mind, weed that while that thrive. Untie that kite, guide that mind, weed that while that thrive. Untie that kite, guide that mind, weed that while that thrive. Weeds remain, weed these. See the weeds remain, weed these. Check it 1, 2. It's how to catch a moth. Check. This Ghostland tough neck shit. Check it. So where's your consciousness? Where you're discommunicated needs created for the change it's rotting us. In square unconsciousness, raise your hopeless crater, waste of future space in sleepless states of somnolence. Our webbing openness, lesser questions set when every nervous neck surveils your esophagus. Then disconnect our oculus, we're better left to scrambled eggs and feeders, French toasted by the monitors. An evening incompetent, the needlessness of overseeing ego eating, sealing our sarcophagus. Our quasi-zombie occupants wither in a populated claustrophobic crawl space vomiters. Supplying us intoxicants, seppuku vendor, liquor debit docket, swipe your life of its prominence. The very death of oxygen used to feed a fire tree hides over mankind's origins. Increase the breather, smog inert, leave us swept up in the web, endeavored, dead and said and done and cost and earn. Your meeting needs with rotting dirt, seen as sleeping infantry of life, and we can bed that be a coffin birth. The nurse arena cots in hearse, and follow carcassoids of collars, told that freedom be the offer first. Agree or face the thorns and worms of we the beings, seen as overseas, pointless seeming how we lost in earth. Since it sits at the back of your ear, since it sits at the back of your ear, since it sits at the back of your ear, since it sits at the back. We'll never never climb. Forever be a resting vine, a withering, a coiled, ever lesser. Listen why the vision died amidst the miserable system. Is this in which all our limits wear their clip on wings and so no wires let them whisk our minds? Since it sits at the back of your ear, since it sits at the back, at the back. Time beckoning, dice rendering life lessening. Disentwined vesselings, fly shedding skins. This mind's feathering, die dead and win. At the rise of the cleft wing, brother of a seraphim. Bind to a specimen and find Vader nestled inside. Pride within the skeleton cell residence. Let the third eye sketch the web of death settling. Reincarnate, two-word life, everything. Per side, recycling irons and the vitamins. Pilots of ethereal. 9 live licenses swiped at the turnstiles by eternal diadem. Untied from a physical environment where they're poisoning a liquid, good nitrogen. Children attuned where your soul oozed flighted span. Lifted the tomb, robbed the pneuma via siphonage. Split the cocoon, gotta often do recycling. Since it sits at the back of your ear, since it sits at the back of your ear, since it sits at the back of your ear, since it sits at the back, at the back. We'll never climb, forever be a resting vine, a withering, a coil, liver lesser. Listen why the vision died amidst the miserable system. Is this in which all our limits where they clip our wings and so no wires let them whisk our minds? Since it sits at the back of your ear, since it sits at the back, at the back. Yeah. And then they flew away. Days you're gonna waste. What do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? Open up the beaten barn, dining table, bird feeders, cedar sweeter, even in their palms. Big for worms and eating cedar, leisure laugh on Easter when the fleeted last of seasons. Father pass, repeat alarm and garden leaving, charming phoenix, feed his ass and sleeping basket, eating, heat, ignite a leaf, beating hearts a piece departed, shriek the birdlets leaving, gasp. Last night a grieving, scarcely vacant hamlet harbours nothing left but freezing willows weeping when the seedlings ebbed. Flew south at an autumn's end, disorder to recruit from the four-fruited in immortal plant, roots twist a contraband. Miss the warmer moons, now the sun's core ooze crisp on a thorny camp. Noon when the sparrows fled, flee from the doom as the wind sweeps the debris of the Numa dam, pruned off the olive branch. Melancholy sorry seems that you gotta be free of the promised lands used to be flock and fam. Burn a cotton tomb with the paper cranes on a riverbed, rotting roost used to the solitude. Oxygenate airspace, sand grains dance where it was consumed, huge with the cottage grew. Isolate chambers, once a chaos it came for the lost maroon, fruitless of forest blooms. Cultivate patience, await graces to raise into what's renewed. Higher grace, we never really see your face. Now the days are but the wasted and livable. Why your grace? The detrimental bane of embracing relocation is miserable. Lies your grace, eviscerate the utter nature of hate. You negate so despicable. Die your grace, with the way you burn the haven we made sacred is unforgivable. Days you're gonna waste, what do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste, what do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste, what do you take when you leave? How many days you're gonna waste, and what do you take and when you leave? So run away from the brisk weatherboards waste where the wet swords claim it a crypt. So run away from the brisk feathers fall faint in the nest torn Atrium Twigs. So run away from the brisk brisk. Where the boards waste, where the wet swords claim it a crypt. So run away from the brisk. Feathers fall faint in the nest torn. Atrium Twigs, how many days you gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? How many days you gonna waste? What do you take when you leave? Days you're gonna be wasting, what are you taking when you leave? How many days you're gonna be wasting, what are you taking when you leave? How many days you're gonna be wasting, what are you taking when you leave? How many days you're gonna be wasting, what are you taking when you leave? So keep these seeds and let these arise. Replace those weeds and thread these inside. Trade these days and let's weave these vines. So plant these seeds and let these survive. You rest upon the wreckages of blood and bone measurements, where embers of a nest are mulching garland bedless vestiges, fetching for the fallen or your flora, forming endlessness that kept the ore in warmer autumn auras of your resonance. Sewn to walls in mourned, shedded trauma, corded parentless, restoring weather-bordered fleshy fortress, falling empress, enthralling evermore, and fed the thorny tethered vesselness, sword and mesh plethora, Dora Taurus, soaring templeless, ashore we're caught in orbit in a suffocated fervor, forlorn and feather forfeit of a well-disturbing nurture, deserting dirty porcelain where a portrait frames inertia, unearthing worthy orchids born to kiss your face, Minerva, the Yerva in this circuit moon and north of painting Saturn, where workings of your core are furnace, all in nature absent, here a swarming of the moths forever gravitate to lanterns sitting sorted in your circle, drifting amputated axis, rigor mortems all averted beings and sort of seeing hatchlings, you brought in all the broken twigs and wove upon a cactus, lifting anchors to return from living off the beaten atlas, kiss the atoms where so long as seen before you seem to vanish. So keep these seeds and let these arise, replace those weeds and thread these inside, trade these days and let's weave these vines, so plant these seeds and let these survive. So keep these seeds and set these aside, replace those weeds and thread these inside, trade these days and let's weave these vines, so plant these seeds and let these survive. So plant these seeds and let these survive, plant these seeds and let these survive, plant these seeds and let these survive, plant these seeds and let these. So this a message that the Earthlings. So this a message that the Earth brings. So this a message that the Earthlings. So this a message that the blanketed mannequins, primitive panicky animal flats are packed with drug applicants, smug captain of the comeback against number one a bug on a bed bug mattressing. Hope you brought your paraphernalia, your notable kin. Paraffin inhalants aided in the case of treating sin. Treason for the beings not being relieved of breathing in the steeples of the people that are hateful while swinging in the wind. Fill 'em and sling silicon limbs with capillaries twist in the valleys of our skin. 100 and how many realities are we in? Sour with the hours as a citizen. Suicide prison, its hours won't allow you to lift a wing. Clip them in spring to prevent you breaching the outer ring. Chemical chemist catapult in, probing the cracks in the galaxies. Bind a book insanity, chapters of the mind. Smarter clientele find happiness behind the absence of a family. family. Dandelions died where you used to climb the jungle gym canopy. Now the cubby house is barely balancing. Desolate vine wrangling, dangling from the lights. Now the rope's tight where you hide your elephants. Nose dive with Alice at the base of the tree near the palaces. Forget your arrogance. The vets are perilous and adept at transcribing passages. Protect your windpipe from the rising pathogens. Maybe you were meant to die passionate, fighting in the pits with the likes of the quick with the javelin. Die of freedom or fight as an analyst. Eyesight cameras, archival activist. Paranoia practices, chemtrail, cabbage patch, capturing hazardous imbalances. Turning towns to capsicums to drown out your animus. Time won't exist despite the abacus. Attention universelings, we're out of order. It's important we're up and working before disorder. Don't greet us yet, we're still serving war. Serving each other and undeserving of your law. We're burning our home, so please don't call. Leave a message of hope on the dividing city walls. Maybe when we start healing, we'll start learning. Greetings to the universe, we are the Earthlings. So this is a message to the Earthlings. Greetings to the universe, we are the Earthlings. Is this a message that the earth brings? Greetings to the universe, we are the So this a message that the Earthlings. Say what? Is this a message that the earth brings? So this is a message that the Earthlings. Like what? Is this a message that the Earthlings? So when my motherfucking Earthlings. So when my motherfucking Earthlings. What? So when my motherfucking Earthlings. Yeah. So when my motherfucking Earthlings. Yeah. It's that teacher. Moths. Yeah. We don't wanna be here all day, trying to find freedom in this cruel space. We should eat the bones up in the walls away. Break the house, eat the home, shake the bones, broad day. Give us sight, let us all wake. Blind mice, minds die inside the hallways. Design pine hives, wind to our thoughtscapes. Behind blinds, where the frightened in this worn grave. Where the fly sitters sworn prey. Spun in wires, city sky, spider entree. Tranquilize, single file through the thorn maze. And cry wolf under fleece when it sautés. Now, provide fire at the doorways. Or find wood to feed the sword chain. Fahrenheit 451 and torch planes. We're pacified and groundhogging all the horseplay. A proud circus where the fauna panic parallel. Around tyrant solar servants only clientele. The cycle's still the same when changing horse on carousels. It's nice to think escape is chasing where the carrot's held. A dog and pony show where trophies are the personnel. The progeny of rodent clones that only nurture veils. A bite, a bottom feed or climb up over fortress cells. An eeny miny meet your maker where your author dwells. You'll be finding that it isn't God. So check the climate near the seal and rot. We're sleeping giants beneath the waterlogged. We need to redesign and shake the bones we're built upon. A fitting way to tie the splitting seams. Seems we need to gain insight before we disbelieve. Instead of origami, are we cranes on print release? We're all just playing peekaboo beneath the guillotine. Yo, who put the cat up in the fish tank? Now the fish have grown accustomed to the kitty stank. Modified aquarium survival sink sag. Condition shifted since our balance have been yin yanked. Live or dive with all the organs swimming. System filters filthy, still we're born within it. It's where reform and waterboarded theatre thoughts forbidden. So shake the bones and keep informing all the organisms. Shake the bones, shake the bones, shake the bones. Shake the bones, shake the bones, shake the bones. Shake the bones, shake the bones, shake the bones. Shake the bones, shake the bones, shake the bones. We don't wanna be here all day, trying to find freedom in this cruel space. We should eat the bones up in the walls away. Break the house, hit the home, shake the bones, broad day. Shake the bones, shake the bones, shake the bones. Shake the bones, shake the bones, shake the bones. Shake the bones, shake the bones, shake the bones. Shake the bones. Used to be the creeper vines and timber fallen calendars, blue within the lungs of life and sanded rafted skeletons. Being the skies and kingdoms climbing clouds of ether delicate, unweaving cycles seen throughout for who will reach the anima. Recede a self with twisting elms that spread beyond our trellises, be wreathed in swells of leaves and wounding peace with ripened talismans. Debris is fell in sweeping days from branches withered arrogance, so breach the shell and shed the shifting eons we've inhabited. The garden bed apartment netting lasting through your seeking, in a after living bark is blistered partly from the kneading. Sift the glassy splintered heart to give and palm for all your piecing. Fit the party cooler and calmer, climb upon a seedling. See the soil sowing, soaking temple teach within us the nutrients and food for thought or cozy off existence. If overgrowing border grows in nature naught of wisdom, let open feathered winged numerous sailing solar systems. Split aviaries and painted canvas bleeding ancient stirrings, trimming atriums when twigs are snapped in hope for safe returning. With a lantern wax and river basins aging your acres burning, we lift to fell to wind to ash to dust cremated earnings. We breathe unnamed and risen with the aging, leave decay and shifting with the changing. Breathe unnamed and risen with the aging, leave decay and shifting with the changing. Breathe unnamed and risen with the aging, leave decay and shifting with the changing. Breathe unnamed and risen with the aging, leave decay and shifting with the changing.
The temple, quote-unquote body, burns and releases the individual soul back into the universal soul. The saying from classic Buddhist lore is, I will give you a boat to cross the river, but you must leave it at the other side and continue